Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan, and I've been fortunate enough to meet a few of the actors who are in the show. I met Chris Isaak when he was performing in Australia, and I met Sherilyn Fenn when she was doing, I think, a Supernova convention. It could have been Armageddon. They're the sort of two, or maybe it was Oz Comic Con. We've got like three sort of expo convention sort of things we have like once a year, roughly, or maybe twice a year. And she went to one of those just before the return. But then after that, we're very lucky in August 2018 to have an event called A Conversation with the Stars. And it went all around Australia and New Zealand. And they had, how many actors there? I think they had 6 of the actors there. There was Sherilyn Fenn, Cheryl Lee, Dana Ashenbrook. I hope I say all these names right. Lucy was there, so Kimmy Roberts, or Robertson. Hawk was there, and I can't remember his name. The One-Armed Man was there, and I think that was it. Yes, that was it. Oh, and one of the producers was there, and we were all treating her like a star too, so that was interesting. Now, the first person I met, I got in line, was to meet, of course, Cheryl Lee, and oddly enough, they'd paired everyone off. So you would meet Cheryl Lee and Dana Ashenbrook. You'd meet Hawk and the One-Armed Man. And it was a little awkward in some ways because you sort of, while you were sort of fawning over and sort of, you know, asking questions for one actor, the other one was just sort of standing there watching. And I'm like, I really wish they just had them in their own spaces so you could spend time with each one, because I felt like I totally ignored Dana, and he was really nice. And he was really nice about it because I think this had happened to him a lot. Because meeting Cheryl Lee, Laura Palmer, it was just otherworldly. And I just said something to her about like some issues that Laura Palmer sort of represents in that. And, you know, she understood what I was saying, and she gave me this really big hug. And she, like, not like a quick, you know, she really gave me a really long sort of hug. She seemed to really want to connect with her fans and just seemed like a really genuine, warm person. And I was kind of surprised because, you know, total stranger really, but she just seemed to listen to what I said and understood what I said, and just, it was just really wonderful and surreal. And then I spoke to Dana, and I sort of said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm ignoring you, but it's Laura." I mean, and he was really nice because, you know, he's like a humble, nice guy. He's really not the moody sort of sullen sort of, you know, kid that he, you know, once played. He's a very nice guy. And I got photos of both of them, and you know, autographs and everything. And then I went and I met, I think I met Kimmy next, and I think I'll just talk about them all at the same time because it's all one event. And Kimmy was very, very strange because she's very much like Lucy. And I was just sort of trying to say, I actually liked Lucy. I don't know why she got a lot of the sort of criticism that she got, the character got. And she was sort of like, what criticism? Like, I don't understand. I'm like, oh, maybe you've been in a bit of a bubble and you haven't heard a lot. Because a lot of people said a lot of nasty things about the character and that, and they didn't really like her. And because she's very much, that's very much just who Kimmy is. Maybe she just kind of got a bit sheltered from it. And I sort of was like, oh, nothing. And, you know, a photo and chatted and that. She was really nice. They're all very nice, of course. Hawk was very, yeah. He was just very mellow, very nice to talk to. We didn't really talk about anything specific. I think we did talk about Margaret because I had recently lost my mother to cancer, and seeing Margaret on the screen, it just was really what I was sort of going through in my life with my own mother. It was very, and we just sort of talked about her and that and how, so it was, you know, and the One-Armed Man, he was just really fun, Al. He was really nice, really sweet guy, not remotely creepy like the character, you know, and he probably sort of got a bit of typecasting from the role, and he was just really warm, and it was really just casual, and you just sort of was talking about stuff, and I didn't ask all these big important questions about the show like I was expecting to, and getting all these, you know, backstage dirt or like, you know, what this meant or what that meant. I sort of had all these ideas of what I was going to ask and talk about, and they just sort of all just drifted off into just casual like conversation with these people, because they're just people. They're actors, they played the role, it was a job, but they're really just people wanting to connect with people and share their love of the show, appreciation of the show. They're not like, you know, Twin Peaks scholars or anything, so it didn't quite go that way. But afterwards we did like a big like Q&A. And the only thing that went wrong for this event for me was I paid for like the VIP Gold Pass, but I didn't get the Platinum because they couldn't explain to me what I got for the Platinum that I didn't get with the Gold. And I'm like, well, you guys aren't selling this to me. What do I get if I pay an extra $500? What do I get? And they couldn't really answer, or they didn't want to commit to anything. And what you did get was, or maybe it was a surprise, you got a photo with the whole group of the actors. You got to meet them before the event, got a photo with the whole group of them, and then at the event, David Lynch was Skyping in, and you could ask him a question and speak to him on Skype. And I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, I would have paid for that if you'd told me. So I didn't get to Skype with David Lynch at the event because nobody told me that was, something I could pay to do. It was a bit of a surprise. And he didn't really answer any questions. He just did his David Lynch thing. And I would have said to him, now, David, I know you love to play and be very playful and not actually directly answer any questions about any of your art or anything, but if you could really try and concentrate on this question and try and answer it, I wanted to ask him, did he feel pressure to, give the fans what they wanted in the return, or did he feel like totally free to do what he wanted and not have to take into consideration what the fans were expecting or wanting or wanted to see in the show? And did he feel like he had to compromise on anything, or did he feel like he really got to do what he wanted? Because it felt like he just got to do his own vision and he didn't really take into consideration anything that the fans of Twin Peaks wanted for a third season. It was very much just his own sort of 18-part film as opposed to a third season of Twin Peaks. That's what I would have asked him, but I didn't get to. But yeah, the Q&A section was good. They just answered the questions, were very friendly. A lot of people talking. They showed little short David Lynch films beforehand, and the questions were fairly good. He didn't directly answer anything really. He just sort of did his David Lynch thing. But it was still fun just to be in the same room as his image as he Skyped. At least it felt like he was there. But so that was Conversation with the Stars, and it was really great because I really loved all those people. It would have been nice to have met, more of the actors, of course. I'd love to have met Shelley Madchen. I think that's how you say her name. And I would have loved to have met, of course, Kyle MacLachlan, Dale. So that would have been nice. But hopefully I'll get to meet them one day. Hopefully they'll come to Australia and do some other event or come to one of the Supernovas or be there to promote a film or something. But I kind of got a bunch of them all at once, Some of the other people had to get over the years. It took time to sort of meet them all, but I managed to get like a whole group of stars. I had a conversation with the stars. So yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.